What is up, guys? Welcome back to my cold garage. It is beginning of April and the Z has to come out soon. The only problem with that is I tore it apart. Last week you saw my rack relocation video, how to move my rack forward for $0. With that being said, it kind of spiraled out of control. So as you can see, while I had the control arms off, I figured I might as well move the rack if I'm gonna be doing an entire front angle kit. So I pulled the entire subframe off of the car in order to move the rack. And that was not the biggest deal. While I had it all apart, I figured I could not put my stock engine mounts back in there. These things are from 2003. They have 147,000 miles on them. And the VQ currently makes 372 horsepower. So I went ahead and I ordered the gktech adjustable motor mounts. Now they have an entire video on why they're adjustable, how they're adjustable. My first thought was, how can an engine mount be adjustable? They have these poly mounts in them that are removable and replaceable in the top and the bottom of this motor mount. So you can adjust the stiffness based on your preference. I chose to leave the black ones in there because I would like a stiffer ride because it's a drift car and I don't care. However, some people want the softer ones. You can put the red ones in. It comes with them. It's fairly easy to do. While I was waiting on those, I noticed that, wow, my headers and cats get very, very hot. Well, the fluid I drained out of my rack was burnt, literally brown. So I went ahead and I wrapped my power steering lines with DEI heat wrap to make sure we don't boil that next season. I also have a power steering cooler that I will be installing because I still have the stock one. Not that there's a lot of room with my intercooler, but we're gonna figure that out. Currently, we are just waiting for the headers to come back before I can install the motor mounts, the subframe, the angle kit, the rack, so on and so forth. You get the picture. Also, my goal this year, he actually has a YouTube video on how to put stock fans in a 350Z with that charge pipe there. I did the coil radiator, I did the slim fans, and I didn't think there was room with the stock fans, but it turns out with enough cutting, anything is possible. So that's next on the list. While I had every control arm out last night, I figured I might as well go ahead. I basically completely disassembled my BC Racing coilovers, cleaned all the threads, made sure they're the same height. This one I haven't done, this one I have, so you can see the difference. There was only 3 bolts holding the tops of them on, so I figured I might as well take them apart, clean them, service them, make sure they're still good before I do another season on them. So that's where we're at with that. Today, the Z is done. I'm going to drive it. That's my goal. My goal is to drive it. I'm wondering if I can just drive it out. Probably just remove this stuff, and I would think it would come out. If you are new here and you don't know, this is my boosted 350Z drift car, gktech front angle kit, welded diff, hydro, and Vortec VE2 supercharger under the hood. It parties. Oh. Just had to check those quick because I had them off. So let's see if the keys are in it. Key is in it. Hey yo. The headers are freshly Cerakoted. I don't know if you can hear me. But those are going to have to bake for a minute. So I did notice that the front left is visibly towed inwards. So I'm going to pull the V36 out. I'm going to put the Z in the middle of the garage. I'm going to fix that toe before we try to drive it, because toe in is a killer. Look at it. good enough. Dang rod. Alright, so I just did a quick alignment. This one is now visibly towed out. And this one, I think, is also towed out. But I'd rather have tow out than tow in. So, tow in will do some funky things, and tow out will just ruin your tires. So, get an actual alignment, I guess, would be the story to that one. I hope that jack was where it was supposed to be. That works. Sheesh. This thing is too sick looking. I just want to drive it. Phone must have fallen over. Thankfully my screen is okay. That is the first time out of the garage in 8 months. That wheel is still super towed in. This one looks okay. I'm actually going to change that before I drive it again because I hate tow in, so back to it. I just adjusted the crap out of it and it's still literally towed in, so, but it's better. Oh, look at it. I guess the only thing left to do is drive it, right? First stop, car wash. So my service engine soon light is on. I thought I fixed that with the O2 sensor. I'm actually going to check that before I leave because it could be something I missed. Alright, I'm just going to assume that that is the O2 sensor heater, and it's because I didn't really let it warm up. So I will say this is the best that Z has ever felt with a garage alignment before. It tracks fairly straight, maybe a little pull. But usually I have self-steer issues. This steering is so linear with the GK kit. It's ridiculous. No buck steer, no clunking. I do notice the GK poly mounts for the engine. There is a slight hum. So I'm going to actually circle back and go to a different one and hopefully take this card, but probably not. I do have a little bit of a vacuum leak. We're fluctuating at idle a little bit, and you can see it on the boost gauge. I realize it's wet and I have cold kindas on, but this thing is a party car. Forgot how sick it was. Alright, now the question is, can I even get in here? $2. 8 quarters? How is someone supposed to have 8 quarters? That's like impossible. I gotta get an outside shot, hang on. I tried. Junk ass car washes. I just posted an Instagram story of the header coating that was burning off, and everyone is wondering why my motor looks blown. We made it home. Maiden voyage was successful. I think I'm going to spray it off in the driveway because the car washes are bunk. So, trying to think of what vacuum hose could be loose or intake. It's either this one or that one. Let's wash it. Well guys, I never filmed an outro, but we're going to align the Z later, and I will be at the first Lebanon event, May 14th or 13th, whatever Friday is. Come out, say hey. If you're watching this is going up on my birthday, so comment happy birthday for me. Say hi to Peg. Hi Peg. Nerd. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.